did it. Yeah, I did it. I did it for you. I did it for us.
Hey guys, we are here at the Pink Square Circle. We're soon going to talk about the best scenarios for Naomi and Bianca, because I got a feeling that these two ladies are going to be set on some of the biggest runs in their career, and also Jade Cargill will be a big shift in her career as well. So it's going to be some changes here. The best scenario, I'm going to book this the way I will book it here at the Pink Square Circle style, guys. You guys tune in to more. We will definitely dive into this one here. Hey guys, welcome to the Pink Square Circle. We'll talk about how Naomi and Bianca Belair being heels will benefit everyone. The fate of Naomi, Bianca Belair, and Jade Cargill. You guys get the lights of it to come to the Pink Square Circle. We're going to talk about the best scenarios here. This whole storyline of Naomi, Bianca, who attacked Jade, I really thought WWE was going to, shift and go to someone who attacked Jade that we did not expect, not state the obvious. We all heard it was Naomi, Bianca, Naomi, or just Naomi. It's so obvious now. That's where they got to at. Naomi was indeed the attacker. She admitted it. But here's my problem on this whole thing. This storyline was abandoned, and it came back to it. I thought she'd been concluded a while ago, but because of Jade's injury, I guess, took longer than expected. And then the whole thing, Naomi as a heel, I'm not really sold on that just yet because Naomi's bubbly attitude. So that I'm not a fan of just yet. Maybe if they shift it to where it could work, we'll see. But as of right now, I would say that's definitely a no. I don't see that. I don't see how that could work.
What's gonna happen? No. Words? No. You just made the list.
Now, the whole thing with Naomi, Bianca Belair, and everything else, the whole thing with that, Bianca clearly had nothing to do with it. Liv Morgan had nothing to do with it. We knew it wasn't Liv Morgan. I know Liv Morgan went on social media saying Bianca Belair owes her an apology. And she does, because Liv Morgan had nothing to do with it. But the whole thing about it is, I'm not, since Naomi is the attacker, we know that. We know that's the case. Thing about my problem with that is Naomi cannot do all this alone. She did not just attack Jade on her own. She pushed her, but thing about it is Naomi's going to need a heavy. She's going to need an alliance. And I spoke about this on Pink Square Circle. I spoke about this before. I said either Jade set it up herself or it was certain woman or women that did it. This is where she's going to link up with Lash Legend, Jakara Jackson, and she's going to need the allies. The allies going to have to be Lash Legend, Jakara Jackson. Jakara, of course, an ally too, but most of the weight will be held on Lash Legend. Because remember, Lash Legend is, we haven't seen her and Jakara Jackson for a while. We didn't see her for a while, so we got to keep that in mind. We still haven't seen them. And I don't think Naomi's going to continue to take all this attack take these hits from Jade Cargill, and then there's no backlash after. I don't see that happening. I don't see it happening. I'd be very, very surprised. But that's not the case. Lash and Jakara, they supposed to be main roster. I don't know. They're still bouncing them around. But the thing about it is they got to have a focus. Like I said, something has to be sold on that. And I just don't see how Naomi can do this on her own. She's going to need some help to make it believable that she's a heel. Because I cannot just buy that. I can't just buy that the whole that Naomi did all this on her own. I don't buy her as a heel on her own. I don't see that happening. I just don't. She's going, and Lash is the perfect person to accompany Naomi. Pretty much how Piper's doing with Chelsea Green right now. Let's be honest. Naomi could not pull all this alone. She's not strong enough to hold Jade down. Now she's going to be aligned with these women now, or she already been aligned with them. They wait for them to come out. So we definitely keep that in mind. And now it makes sense, like I said, that's the only way that would make sense if that were to be like that. But yeah, I don't see how Naomi can do this on her own. I'm not buying that whole story. I'm not buying on it because we have to remember when it come down to Lash, Lash is just like Jade Cargill. They got the same build. Just Lash is better wrestling than Jade. Because she started NXT on developmental PC and everything. So the thing about it is that's the only way that will work. And we have to remember too, and it's been stated before, I spoke about this before. We gotta remember why Lash Legend, remember why she's a perfect person to be added to the story of part of the whole attack with Jade Cargill. We gotta remember one thing people have forgotten already. Lash Legend is the one who replaced Jade Cargill in the Women's United States tournament. It was really supposed to be Jade Cargill in the spot and ended up being Lash Legend after the attack. So these three being together makes more sense. It puts Naomi over as a heel. Lash looks like the big, her body be her bodyguard pretty much. And she could take care of Jade, because they're more likely going to have a Naomi versus Jade Cargill at WrestleMania 41. Expect the finish to that match is Jay's not about to just defeat Naomi like that. This is where we'll see the first introduction of Lash Legend, possibly in Jakara. They will cause Jade the match and give Naomi the win. But that's how I would do it. That's how I would put Naomi as a heel. That's the only way it'll be sold. Naomi by herself, no way. It's not going to happen. You can't tell me that Naomi as a heel on her own attacking Jay will work. Because if you tell me that, my answer is going to always be
No.
it's going to have to be this way. But that's one thing I don't like. Hopefully they go this direction. And they are. Our last legend, Jakara Jackson, will be great allies to Naomi. We got to look to zoom in a little bit more to Bianca Belair and Naomi. Now, these two, they always dress alike, always have a symbolism. These two definitely have great chemistry as they were a tag team. And I would say, too, that these are the best women to both go heel right now in their careers. Naomi, a long-time babyface. She has not been heel since 2015 with the team BAD. If you guys remember that, right when we were shifting into a new era. Then we also got Bianca Belair. Now, she is going to have an upcoming match at WrestleMania 41 with Iyo Sky for the Women's World Championship. I spoke about how Rhea Ripley will be added to that mix. Why I'm saying that? Because Bianca, she will become the WWE Women's World Champion. She will be crowned as championship. And I believe that will happen with the assist of Naomi. Naomi will assist Bianca, and she will become the WWE Women's World Champion. And I think that will, at first, it'll be a shocker to how Naomi got involved, and Bianca could play dumb, surprised like she didn't know Naomi was coming. It could be happen accidentally, as it could be a triple threat, like I said, with Iyo, Rhea, and Bianca, as Iyo could be attacked by Naomi by accident. That could allow Bianca to get the pinfall victory and become the new champion. Now let's move on to Naomi. Naomi, she obviously got beef with Jade Cargill since she attacked her. they more than likely going to have a match against one another at WrestleMania 41. This will be important because this will be the first singles match of Jade Cargill's WWE career. As you know, she was in a 6-woman tag last year alongside Bianca and Naomi will go against her. Now, we know that Naomi does not have the willpower, the strength of anything to defeat Jade Cargill. She does have the speed and some agility, but Jade Cargill clearly, is going to beat Naomi with an inch of her life. Now, I don't think she's going to beat her. Think about Naomi. She will defeat Jade Cargill, but keyword assist. She will get a nice assist from Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair will assist her, and it could be done so-called accidentally. She could attack Jade as she was accidentally probably going for Naomi. That will allow Naomi to gain the pinfall victory. That will get Naomi a win over Jade Cargill, and that will submit that we pretty much will know that Bianca and Naomi were in cahoots. Those two women will become heel characters at the end of the day, and Jade Cargill will also benefit by having herself a great run as a babyface too, which I'll talk more about soon. Now, Jade Cargill, she's going to be set for a huge babyface run. If we're going to have Bianca Belair, the EST, which is a big babyface for the women's division, ever since she's been on the main roster, especially in the past 3 to 4 years at least, Jade Cargill is going to be the big babyface for the women's division. She'll be set to be cheered on by fans because we know that Jade Cargill was not welcomed into WWE right away, coming from AEW, and of course her in-ring skill. But now, with a good feud on her belt in this very popular, intriguing storyline of who attacked Jade Cargill, with Naomi and Bianca also being involved, Naomi could, help Bianca and help Jade Cargill. And the reason I say help Jade Cargill could be a big superstar for the SmackDown or Raw brand, and she could potentially become a mid-card champion with the Women's United States or Intercontinental. And I could see her become the Women's World Champion or the WWE Women's Champion, but only time will tell. But Jade Cargill, keep in mind, she's going to be set to be a huge star in WWE. Now, let's move on to Naomi. Now, Naomi, she is the wild card. I believe she will benefit I would say more than anybody else because she's the least expected to do anything. Bianca, we know she's amazing. What she does, she's the EST. Jade Cargill is set for superstardom in WWE. But Naomi will be the wild card because she'd be the least one you expect to shine. Now, Naomi, we do know she is a 2-time former WWE Women's Champion. She made the championship to glow and all of that, but she didn't have the popularity like she has right now. Her attack of Jade Cargill really put her popularity into orbit. Now, she could also rebound off this feud after it's over with Jade Cargill. I could see her being the WWE Women's United States Champion because remember, she was in the tournament when it first started. I could see her shining, doing her thing. She'll have a very good run, and it pretty much could put her in very good feuds and have maybe even a lengthy title run for all we concerned. But I can definitely see that happen for Naomi because she needs a boost. And I think since she came back, all she's done is put women over. She's pretty much been an afterthought compared to what she used to be and looked over compared to Bianca Belair and Naomi and the rest of the girls in WWE. And Bianca Belair, of course, I spoke about that as well. She could have a very good she had a very good babyface run, but also Bianca Belair can have a very good heel run. Now, Bianca Belair, she's pretty much, I would like to say she could work with either a heel or a babyface. Either way, I think Bianca's going to work because she is an established star who's gained the popularity and also gained the attention from everyone. She has sponsors. She's in commercials. Bianca's done everything. And I think with Bianca, it's going to work out well in her favor. While she could be a heel, she could put over other women in the WWE and also have a good heel star as well. Now, Bianca Belair has not been heel since she's been on the main roster. I spoke about that before. The last time Bianca Belair was heel, honestly, was back to her NXT days when she was the EST of NXT. She could be the EST of WWE. Still, it would just be a heel rather than being a babyface that she's been a babyface since she came to the main roster back in 2020, which is exactly 5 years ago. So all that being said, all these women, Jade could get a fresh new start coming back from an injury. Bianca Belair and Naomi get a fresh start. And I think both of these women, Bianca Belair and Naomi, being heels is going to help both their careers. Because we know that the big three, as we know it, of Jade, Naomi, and Bianca Belair, that's over with. The big three of the women is over. All these three women are going to eventually branch off and be on their own. After this whole storyline's over, they're all going to have their own journeys, their own storylines and everything else. And maybe, just maybe, maybe they'll shift, to maybe put these women back together one day. But other than that, I think that they don't need to put these three women together anymore. They all need to have their own journey. We know Bianca's amazing on her own, but I'm very interested to see how Jade and Naomi going to do on their own, because all three of these women are going to benefit. Now, Naomi has the most experience. Bianca has the most popularity and most star power. And Jade Cargill has the most outside experience, the least experience, but the most outside experience, being with a top second name company, as we know, it's AEW. She's the only one out of the three of Bianca and Naomi that's been with AEW. Now, we know Naomi's been with TNA when she was known as Trinity, but all three of these women they're gonna excel. And it all depends on booking, but that's all I have for how Naomi Bianca Belair as heel will benefit everyone. We are going to see what the fate of Naomi, Bianca Belair, and Jade Cargill is going to be. You guys let me know in the comment section below. You guys let me know in the video how you guys think of this whole situation. Is this the best booking situation, or would you guys book it a different way? But I think this would be a great way to play this out for all three women. Check out the content here at Pink Square Circle, guys. Until then, guys, I will see you guys later.